These are the 5 most disturbing abandoned building encounters caught on camera. While exploring an abandoned school in Cleveland, Ohio named Audubon Junior High, Urbex Hill, a YouTuber with 245k subscribers, encountered creepy and strange occurrences. The school was built in 1992, and over the years, the school educated many generations of students, but eventually it was closed and abandoned due to the low enrollment of students. However, a 16-year-old student was killed in front of the school, with the killer still working in the street today. With every turn, there was an edge of danger felt within the school. Seeing all the write-ups on the wall, the forgetting auditorium, and strange noises coming from some corners of the school made you wonder why someone would decide to stay and live in such a huge place without being afraid. Why will someone boldly write this write-up? Is there anything behind the women's locker room? Checking behind the door makes the whole situation creepy. The floor and everything behind that door makes the moment more fascinating. Meanwhile, an IR camera was placed in the auditorium to see if any weird events were captured. After several minutes of exploring the house, he came across a small school bag of a child on the floor, but what he heard next made the whole place terrifying.
What was that? Somebody's in there.
Is there anyone with him in this place, or is it a ghost? Moving towards that direction, he caught a disturbing scene. With such a write-up, you wonder who is watching. After moving deeper into the school facilities, he encountered a chilling scene with blood and gun bullets on the ground. The blood was as if someone was shot while dripping in blood. Was the killer the 16-year-old child hiding inside the school building? After his exploration, here was what was caught in his camera without him knowing. Whatever that might have been, the best decision he made was to leave that building immediately when he heard the noises. Who knows what would happen next? John is an explorer with a YouTube channel known as Exploration Unknown. He has about 158,000 subscribers and uploads creepy videos of abandoned and haunted houses. On February 7, 2018, John uploaded a video of an abandoned yacht factory. This factory was not just haunted but was cursed. This factory was built near ancient Indian burial sites, and apparently some pretty strange deaths happened here, scaring people away before the project could even be finished. You already know how things are about to get weird when you hear stories like that.
This place has been cursed. There's been numerous mysterious, crazy deaths that's happened here to the point where they abandoned the project before it's ever finished.
As they began to venture deeper, they started hearing some strange noises, like banging sounds coming from deeper inside the building.
Dude, I don't know what that was.
No, it's not. I still hear it moving, but it's not so loud.
They decide to investigate because that's what you do when you're in a creepy abandoned building with ghost rumors swirling around, right? You go toward the noise.
Dude, I see something leaning.
Tim mentions seeing a light flicker up at the top of the building, adding to the creep factor.
Is that like a steps going up? I think somebody's made a homemade contraption.
At one point, they were hearing something that sounded like footsteps above them. Now, whether it's a person or some animal, they can't tell yet, but I'm pretty sure I'd be running for the hills. However, they try to figure out what's going on by tossing a rock to see if it scatters whatever or whoever is up there. But what happens the next moment was something more terrifying. An unexpected dark shadow caught behind the pillar in a dark cloak with white sneakers moving at the right side of the camera. But it seems at this point, they didn't see the shadow.
There's got to be somebody in here with us.
As they go deeper into the factory, the place becomes more unsettling. The guy comes across piles of cinder blocks and bags of concrete left behind, which makes you wonder, why would someone just abandon a whole construction site like this? It's like they dropped everything and ran. That doesn't exactly scream nothing to worry about. What makes this more intense is that they keep saying over and over how freaked out they are. Definitely, the person or the ghost will utilize their fear and scare them more. John is sure they aren't alone anymore. But who is out there? Is it their friend that told them about the place, or a homeless guy? They kept hearing more noises, like someone, or something, was definitely in the building with them. But it's not just random bumps and bangs. Someone seems to be following them. Imagine wandering through a dark abandoned factory while hearing footsteps that aren't your own.
Dude, what is wrong with this place?
While rounding up the video due to the horrifying noises being heard, they were treated with the most terrifying moment of their life. They spotted someone or something wearing a hood at a distance, seeking to hurt them. And this was the worst nightmare they ever imagined as they raced for their lives.
God, dude.
Even after getting back to their car, they were still shaking. And who wouldn't be? Reflecting on the whole experience, this wasn't anything paranormal. However, be prepared. Don't underestimate how freaky things can get. And if you're exploring a haunted location. On October 16, 2019, an explorer posted a video that caught everyone's attention. A mausoleum that was abandoned. And what they found left an uneasy moment in the hearts of everyone. The place has a history. Many of the owners passed away in the early 2000s, and for whatever reason, their remains were neglected. It's strange, but the state and city didn't want to take responsibility for it, so the whole situation fell apart. People were upset their relatives were still in there, and it took years even to begin moving them. You can't help but wonder how something like that slips through the cracks for so long.
You guys already know it's nasty in here. I should have my mask, but I did not have time to bring it with me. It's a small spot, so.
Not wearing a mask seems like a mistake when dealing with a dusty, potentially moldy, and body-filled mausoleum, but he's still keeping things on down low.
You can feel like the heavy air, the chilly, scary air. Damn, it's kind of creepy. I actually freaked out. I thought I saw something like kind of move.
There's this gnarly description of what the place smells like. A mix of asbestos, mold, and, well, dead bodies. That's not exactly the kind of place you want to hang around in for long. He even mentions how the air feels heavy, which adds to the unsettling atmosphere. It's not just about what he's seeing. You can practically feel how the place weighs on him as he moves through it. But what took place next was more chilling than ever.
Dude, I thought I saw something.
Danny thinks he saw something move. Was it just his imagination? Or was there something really there? We don't know for sure, but he seems to brush it off quickly and continues with his exploration. Actual bones were left behind in some of the crypts. It's wild to think they've been there for so long, forgotten. It's pretty sad when you think about it. These people were laid to rest, but now they've been abandoned, waiting for someone to take them to their proper resting place finally. Just thinking we all will be where they are someday too, and we would hate to know that this is how we could be treated, or one of our loved ones. A lot of those family members have no idea, and a lot live out of state or even out of the country. The lingering feeling that this mausoleum will remain forgotten by most, even though it clearly holds so much history, makes it devastating. It's a heavy experience, and you can tell it's one that Danny won't forget anytime soon. John, a YouTuber, and his team were asked to come and check a dark room, untouched for months, filled with the remnants of a brutal murder. In the house, a man lost his life not too long ago. The family fled, leaving everything behind, unable to shake the heavy presence that still lingers there. The man's ghost still haunts the house.
If that bothers you or makes you queasy, please look away or skip ahead about 30 seconds because I'm about to show some of the stains and there's still like actual blood splatter still here. So I'm going to show you guys right now.
With bloodstains everywhere, dark and dry patches on the floor make the very spot where this man fell gruesome. Imagine him reaching out in his final moments, his hand leaving a print smeared in blood. It's grim, it's raw, and you can feel the weight of it all just by being there. The energy in the room might be a spirit, and he is probably confused about crossing over. This is very common when people die under traumatic or violent circumstances. With the camera shutting off and strange noises coming from behind, it shows that someone is moving around. While trying to communicate with them, they got a sudden response.
So if you're here with us, please speak into our cameras so we can hear you. Let us know that you're here. We're here to help you.
The camera is picking up something, and whatever it is, it's moving around the room. And just when you think it couldn't get weirder, a stuffed bear suddenly falls off the couch.
Just quit again. No, dude.
Dude,
Did you see
I
that?
saw that.
Freaking bear just fell
move
off.
the curtain.
What?
Followed by the distinct movement of the curtain. Was it the wind? Or could it be the spirit of the man? Something is here, and it's making itself known in the most unsettling ways.
Hold on. When that thing stops, the curtain goes.
Oh, dude, I just saw that.
The house feels abandoned yet alive with a strange presence. They ask more questions, hoping to make contact, with the paranormal meter keep lighting up.
He's moving. Look here. He's over here now.
It's like he's trying to get away from us.
I know.
He could be asking them to help him go into the light so he can cross over. A simple prayer or release might be the best thing to do for him, and it will help him cross over. However, the team speculates that it might be the man replaying his last moments, perhaps seeking some form of closure. Just as they start to wrap up, the team hears another noise, the same creaking sound from earlier. They ask the spirit to move the curtain again, and just like that, it happens.
Can you make that noise by the chair again?
Dude! I swear I think the curtain just moved again.
The curtain shifts ever so slightly, but enough to send chills down your spine. Is it the man's spirit still here, unwilling or unable to move on? Or is it something else? Something darker? Whatever it is, one thing is clear. This house isn't empty. And as the team packs up and leaves, you can't help but wonder what or who is still there, waiting for its next visitor. On September 23, 2024, a YouTuber called Franco TV uploaded a recent exploration he had in an abandoned asylum, and what he caught on his camera in that lonely house makes you shake in your heart. What is especially intriguing is the history of the asylum. The place has been haunted by a nurse ghost, and numerous people have died there. Not only does he have to worry about ghosts or creepy vibes, but he's also in a part of town known for shootings and robberies.
This is the beautiful asylum that I have to myself. Look at this. Look at this. This was somebody's shoe that used to live here.
The remnant of the shoes left behind reminds us of the people who once lived there. One of the most intense moments came when he heard loud bangs and windows shaking, even though there was hardly any wind.
You can literally see it shaking.
This is a locked down, abandoned building, and yet things are moving around as if someone or something is there with them. There's no explanation for the noise or movement, which makes it all the more terrifying.
¿Cómo se llamas? What's your name? Look at that. Not getting anything.
There's something genuinely unsettling about this place, and with the dog vanishing, makes you wonder if something supernatural is already happening. With the strange sounds increasing, there are definitely spirits wandering around in the dark corners of this abandoned place. But suddenly, what he captures next left us wondering, what was that?
Right over here in the window. Look. Oh, what the fuck is that? Choco, come here. You saw that? The dog's just staring outside.
Something weird walked by, and its hands were touching the curtains as it moved. It didn't feel like the wind at all, because if it was, the curtains would move more often and in a random way. This was too careful, too on purpose. It was super creepy, and the figure made everything feel really uneasy. That had to be a ghost.
That's a cute dog. What the fuck was that? That's a cute dog. What the fuck was that? That's a cute dog. What the fuck was that? I just saw something right back there in the window. Hold on.
Replaying the camera 3 times, something disturbing was caught, and that white figure walking across the window almost looked like it was rising up as it passed the window, yet at the same time passing by the window. That is really bizarre. Notice how the dog always freezes at that moment when a spirit is around.
Over here, but for some reason this dog is hooked. Choco. Chocolate. Hey. Do you see something? So I want to see what the dog sees that I don't see.
Animals are often said to sense things that humans can't, which adds to the idea that there is more to this haunted room than meets the eye. This exploration is fascinating, not just because of the creepy atmosphere, but because it makes you think about the people who once lived there. How did they end up in this place? What kind of lives did they lead? And more importantly, why are they still lingering around in some form, making their presence known through strange noises and moving objects? The light flickers one last time before stopping on its own, leaving the place in an eerie stillness. But there is something undeniable about this place, a lingering presence that feels as if the ghosts here are trapped, restless even in death. And while the light may have stopped, the darkness still whispers their name.